miscarriage of justice myself, and I had a big, strong family behind me that helped me. I'm making these points because I was fortunate enough to have my dad behind me and my wife supporting me while I was in prison. I served an 18-year prison sentence. I've done 8 years out of that for nothing. Had my conviction quashed and still not been told why. 1 or 2 cases, me and a doubt fire. The reason why I bring this up is because we've got a challenge on our hands financially. I was fortunate enough to have the backup. They've taken away legal aid, so no one can fight these injustices. Our prisons are full. There's over 2,000 people waiting for their court cases to be referred back by the CCRC, Communication Review Commission. It's important that you understand that we get together and we support as a community. Okay, and just another point. My wife is Jewish, so we've mixed it, and the reason why I highlight that, because we mean unity in the community. We don't want no division or any ignorant attitude. We need to wake up and unite, because these guys are cleaning up. The Tories are, as far as I'm concerned, represent kill. I haven't seen anything in the last 20 years that represents anything positive from our governments, and I'm hoping that's going to change, and that will only change if we really, truly stick together. Okay, so just on them points, think about that.
Oh, I've had the comrade at the front indicate to speak. I'm still waiting for hands after that.
Can everybody hear me? I don't need the microphone, do I? My name's Sasha Simic. I live in Hackney. I used to work in Hackney. I'm a member of Hackney SWP, and I'm an Usdaw shop steward. And I'm the son of a refugee. And I'd like to reinforce the message that's come from the top table, that the danger that we're in is very great. I've got a sister who lives in France. She's an immigrant worker over there. She's got 4 kids. They face the very real prospect that, you know, the possibility that an open Nazi, Le Pen of the Front National, will be their president. We've got the German elections coming up, and it's very, very frightening that the Alliance for Alternative Germany, an open Nazi organisation that talks about genetic unity and you know, deporting people who are not, quote, white, may become a very strong, may become a key in the opposition after the election. So the danger is horrible. And of course we've got Trump as well. Trump, who, as people have said, is a man who will not condemn Nazis and says that, that there's violence on both sides of whatever, and feeds that thing. The danger is great, but actually the resistance is great as well. I love living in Hackney. I love the diversity of it. I love our strength as well, because we've actually come together time and time again to fight against racism. And one of the reasons that the situation in this country is not the same as in France or Germany or America, despite the likes of Amber Rudd and Theresa May and Tommy Robinson and the rest of it, is because, you know, over the last 30 years we have built up a strong anti-racist tradition and organisation that means we go out and we confront these people. We don't let them march, we don't let them feel confident. Every one of us has a duty when we hear these kind of incidents that go on in buses to confront it, but we also have to get together in an organisation. So for people who are not involved in tonight, are not involved in anti-stamp racism, please come along. We need you. Together we're strong. Together we can beat these people.
Thank you for 10 seconds left. Sister over there. Yeah.
Yeah, my name's Sue Corbin. I'm a teacher in a school in Hackney, and people might have heard quite a lot about public sector pay recently and how our pay has fallen behind. I think they reckon it's something like £5,000 a year since the Tories came to power in real terms. And of course, one of the things that we're told is that the reason for this is because immigrants are coming into the country and driving down wages. Well, it's not the immigrants that brought in the public sector pay cap, is it? It's the Tory government. These are the people that are responsible. It's the employers who get away with paying wages that are below the minimum wage. These are the people that are responsible. It's not the immigrants. The immigrants actually are brothers and sisters in these struggles. Look at the brilliant fight by the cleaners at SOAS, who actually fought for one right to unity. it's for all of us is by standing together in this way. And quite ironic that not only are they trying to drive down our wages, but at the same time in schools, they're trying to get us to victimise, particularly Muslims, in another way through the prevent strategy, where you're supposed to report people who might look like they're becoming extremists, which might mean that they're growing a beard or something like that. It's completely ridiculous. I'm lucky to work in a school that doesn't have a lot of truck with it, but I know that there have been some horrific experiences in other schools, and I think it's very important that we use the strength of our unions to not cooperate with the prevent strategies and try and destroy it. And I just want to say to Isha that, you know, we will do everything we can to support your campaign and to raise money inside our trade union and to raise the profile and keep fighting for justice for your family.
My name's Gary, and I used to live in Hackney, but I live in Tottenham now, but I thought I could show my support. And I'm a journalist, and I should perhaps be ashamed for the profession I'm in, given what comes out in the newspapers and the media in this country. But we are trying to campaign in the newsrooms and elsewhere to stop the lies that have been put out by the police. But I think, to be honest, when we're talking about the police, we have to consider the fact they are members of the British state and they're there to do a job on behalf of that state, which is to protect the people in power. That's how they were invented, that's what they continue to do. Which is why, whenever a policeman gets a concordance and says, I fear for my life, just like in America as well, they'll say, okay, fine, you don't need to be lying, you can kill the community and so on, so we've got to make sure we keep these people on the streets to actually keep the poor people down, to keep the black people in their place, and to terrorise Muslims. And so if we're going to do something about that, I think we need to have to build a mass movement. We should look back to history to where we have actually made progress, such as in the civil rights movement, such as the Black Power movement in the United States of America, such as the riots in places like Detroit that led to people dying and so forth. Not because I want to see people dying, but because I know that everything they understand is actually when there is a mass movement on the streets, they can't ignore us. It's the only time when you see anything reported about people dying at the hands of the police is when the youth down Kingston Road decide to put in a few windows or what have you. And I think, Bannon, possible and so forth, was right when he said, well, actually, there's a difference between the violence of the oppressed and the violence of the oppressor. And so that's just, I think, some of the truths that we have to say to power, as Comrade Montgomery said. And I think there's a number of things that we should have to do in the interim before we can build that mass movement. I'm not saying that violence is the key to winning this, it's actually our power on the streets. And I think when we're on the streets, we need to start demanding some very basic things. The police are banned from using chokeholds, that's what they use to murder people, and that's been documented on film. But they reverse the rollout of tasers are violent weapons that are used to electrocute and kill people. There's a big report of Reuters running around it, people should go and see, about the company that puts those out. There should be publicly funded, massive funding of police monitoring groups, full legal funding for the families that are trying to actually get justice from the police murderers. Every single policeman or woman that is involved in the killing of people has to be immediately suspended, not wait for IPC to do their nonsense investigations. Immediately they should be suspended. There should be immediate abolition of the so-called Independent Police Complaints Commission, because this is the police investigating the police. They're all ex-police men and women that do the investigations. Actually, why can't they be lay people but involved in doing that? It's not too difficult.
They need to be lay people.
They need to be, most definitely. And of course, democratic oversight of the police. That might be a tall order in this country and in capitalist society to get any democratic oversight. Nonetheless, I think we've got to fight for it. We've got to fight for the fact that we're giving our tax money to these people to kill us. We've got to stop it. So we've got to start building a campaign, getting out to Labour councillors, people in the movement and so on, beyond this hall, beyond this mosque, and telling them that actually we're not going to put up with our money being used to allow the police to cover up for their killings. But basically, just to finish, I think we've got to build a mass movement. That means getting out to the streets and getting everybody together. So I understand that actually, unless we start fighting back, they're going to divide and rule and actually, we could end up in a situation where they are around
thanks very much. Just like to say to people as well, if you've got any small points or any questions you want to ask, don't be afraid to come up. You don't have to make a prolonged speech. If you want to just ask a question or make a small point, please feel free to come up and say stuff. I've got no one indicating to speak at the moment. Yes, I have. Thank you. Come along.
I've not seen you before.
No.
Yeah, my name's Diana Swinburne from Unison Union at Homerton Hospital. And I just want to sort of...
Can you come to the front? People can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
There's a mic just on the... Oh, we can use that one, yeah. Any mic will do.
Is that better? Can you hear? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, sorry. I'm Diana. I'm from the Unison Union at Homerton Hospital. We're part of Hackney Stand Up to Racism. And I remember when I started working at the hospital just over 20 years ago, and it was during the time of the campaign over the death of Stephen Lawrence. And we went sort of petitioning around the hospital, and I was really impressed and inspired, really, that the hundreds of people that were really furious about the police and that signed the petition, and also raised concerns about, institutional racism in general. And I thought, actually, the point about the workplace is this is where black and white and Asian people come together, men, women, gay, straight, and I think it's a really crucial thing that we make sure that our unions and our workplaces become sort of a point of anti-racist activity. So at Homerton we've kind of tried to carry on that anti-racist tradition, but of course the government just keep trying to push racist measures into the NHS, the same that the teacher mentioned before in the schools. So you've got them wanting health workers to act as